Hello and welcome back. My name is Jeff, and today we are going to continue on our journey down the NaNoWriMo writing challenge. For those of you who don't know what the NaNoWriMo is, it's the National Novel Writers Month, which happens every November, where you are to write 50,000 words in 30 days, which is approximately 1,660 some odd words or more, depending upon your writing needs. Now, this was originally designed to create a novel. That's obviously why it's called the National Novel Writers Month. But you can also use it to just continuously practice just writing automatically, just automatic writing to get 1,700 words. But that requires you to have subject matters. So that's where I come in. And so with the help of the Gift of Virtue Clarity Pack, which is normally used for tarot, we're going to create themes that we're going to tie together to help build scenes and characters that we can use to help generate a story a day for the rest of this particular novel writing month. And so without any further ado, I'm going to start off with our first theme of the day. Mobility. Fortitude. Reliability. And so again, the words of the day are reliability, fortitude, and mobility. So take a couple of moments to think about what those words might resonate in your mind for you. Because again, we have mobility, fortitude, and reliability. And so let's talk about characterization first. Reliability. Now, while I normally ask people to start thinking about the people in their lives that are reliable, the ones that actually embody reliability, we can also start thinking about the people who don't. And so whenever you see a card, you can always think about it in its reverse. It's more fun to talk about unreliable people because they create more drama than we ever know what to do with. They create more comedy than we ever know what to do with. So the reliable people, not so much, but we all need reliable people in our lives as well. So think about those people who are reliable as well, because they can be used as foils to your unreliable people, right? In the same way that people who have a whole bunch of fortitude also have to be around people that don't have fortitude, because it's how we lead people. So fortitude and reliability may look similar, but you want to start thinking about the little differences between fortitude. Reliable is when you just call upon somebody and they say yes. Fortitude is the person who's going to dig in and actually get stuff done. They're the ones that can handle pretty much anything you throw them. So you must know those people who never back down from a fight. Those are the people with fortitude. You also know those people that don't. The ones that are like, ooh, I have a manicure that I need to get to. Yes, I booked that now. Gotta go. But then you have those people who are just going to stand and fight. So those are the people that have the fortitude. You can't throw anything at them that they can't handle. And then the final card is mobility. Now this is a character trait in a different way. Mobility is the ability of someone to not be tied down to things. If I were going to create a story, this is about that person who's just able to up and go, right? So that's a mobility thing. That's a person who's able to navigate very quickly. They have the mobility to be able to bob in and out of places. If you're writing a spy novel, you want somebody with mobility, someone who can ghost at any moment. So that's one way of looking at mobility. You can also talk about those people who are stuck. So when we look at it from this particular perspective, it's about people who are stuck. People who don't have mobility either believe that they don't have mobility or they actually don't. So we've all met those, and again, I'm from Generation X, so this might happen less frequently now, but I've run into a lot of women in traditional marriages who couldn't leave, or who felt they couldn't leave, because they had nowhere to go. They had nothing to do. They couldn't drive. And so those people lack the mobility. But then when their husbands died, they had to find the fortitude and the reliable people to call upon to make sure that this lack of mobility was not going to kill them. So again, if I were going to write a story, it would be about that. It would be about that World War II widow whose husband died and didn't leave the directions on how to put gas in the car, suddenly having to find the fortitude to call upon her network of reliable people to come down to help her out until she could get back on her feet. And the short story is about her figuring out that she has the reliable people, that she has the fortitude to live without this man that she's been with for 55 years, and that there's a group of people waiting for her, and that this mobility is not an issue. So that's how I would look at that. So let's take a look at the cards for a second, and then we will move on to let you start connecting these themes yourself. So reliability. Make your bed and lie in it. So you must be reliable to yourself. Consistent performance, being trustworthy or dependable. So reliable people can make their bed and they can sleep in it because they know exactly what they are doing with it. But for me, we always want to think about reliability in those people and ourselves. Those things that we can rely upon ourselves to be able to do at any given point. And those things that we can rely upon other people to take care of. I myself, I'm a cheerleader. If somebody needs help with something, I know stuff. I can figure out the answer. I'm not as good with myself, but if you present a problem, I got you. I'm reliable. And if you needed a car ride to get somewhere, I was your guy. Fortitude. Do not fall before you are pushed. The definition for this is having a backbone, being steadfast, having mettle or strength or willpower. Nothing gets past fortitude. The word fort and attitude are in this word together. Fortitude. You ain't getting through this because I have the attitude of a fortress. And so this is my ability, my resolve to make things happen. And you can't stop me. Just like in the story that I created, the woman had to realize that her husband wouldn't want her to stop just because he died. Didn't want her to not move because he died. So mobility. All is in motion, nothing stays still. And that's one particular motif that you can take from this. But it's also the ability to move freely, to have ample range of motion, and to have flexibility and to be at ease with that flexibility and motion. So mobility can be this way, where you don't have any, or it can be this way, where you're always on your feet. So different ways of putting these ideas together. So your themes for today are reliability, fortitude, and mobility. And so, are they immobile? Do they lack fortitude? Do they lack reliability? Are they a combination of all these things? Do you see any characters come out? Who's the strongest person that you have? The one who has the attitude of a fort? Who is the most reliable person in your life? Can you write a short story about them? Who is the person who's had mobility issues in their lives? And who did they call upon to fix that? And did they have the strength to figure out their support systems? And so with that, I'm going to leave you to your 1,700 words for the day. And I wish you all the best of luck and enjoy the process because that's the whole point of doing this whole thing. If you come up with 900 words and that's the best you can do, just go, I don't know what else to write. I don't know what else to write. I don't know what else to write until you get to 1,700 words. And at some point you're going to be like, no, I really wanted to write this instead. The whole idea is to just get as much out onto the paper as you possibly can. As much of I'm sorry, paper, I'm old. Get as many words out into your word processor as possible. Just vomit it all out into your computer. Make it happen. I believe in you guys. So let's go, and I will see you tomorrow.